Hey guys, this is Pedro back with another interview, this time covering VCT EMEA Stage 2 for Week 3. My guest this time is Happy of NAVI, head coach of said team, this time coming off of their match against Fnatic where they came out on the losing end, thus losing 2-1, now sitting at an overall record of 1-2 so far in this season. And so Happy, thank you so much for the opportunity, really do appreciate it. And like I said before, commiserations on the series loss. First and foremost, what I want to ask you, just sort of how you feel about how the team performed today against the reigning EMEA champions. You know, coming into this today, not much sights were on you guys to make that much of a very close affair, but you guys did exactly that. So what's going through your mind?
It's hard. It's hard because it's probably one of our best games that we've played so far in the league. It was obviously very close. We were very well prepared against them, but it's hard. Like it's hard in sense where we did everything that we could in a sense, and this is Fnatic, right? You have to keep in mind that this is, one of the most consistent and best team of the year so far. It's tough because there is obviously very good moments that we played. As I said before, I think we understood how to play the maps that we played. We had a good map pool. Everything kind of went where we wanted it to go. The issue is that it is Fnatic. Like it's in a sense, on one hand, it's like easy anti-strat, like they are pretty easy to anti-strat, but on the other, like when one of their player pops off, like they can all pop off and suddenly a one round turns into like a clutch for them, and it turns out to be like pretty bad. I would say though, like on the last map, obviously the first map is more like this, like we fucked up on maybe some of the clutches, but the last one, I think, like we just had a couple of rounds where if we are more clutch in a sense, like more cold blooded, and being able to keep like some lucidity and understanding what's going on, we would have closed the series. But it didn't happen that day. But on the other hand, again, as I said, like it's probably one of the best matches that we've played in the league so far.
Yeah, I think the way you summarized it at the very end kind of encapsulates what this Navi squad showed. You know, up against the reigning champs and performing very well, taking them to the absolute. I mean, going all 24 rounds. And fortunate that it kind of ended up in a losing side for you guys, but nevertheless, you know, plenty of takeaways for this going forward for the rest of the regular season. And so, you kind of got a little bit into buying. I want to dive into Ascent real quick because you know Ascent is one of the Fnatic's strongest maps, and you know coming
Yeah.
into War 7-2, you guys were able to take that and then bounce back from losing in bind to thus force that map 3. How were you guys able to bounce back from map 1 and then uh, win map 2 and continue the series?
Easy. We were prepared. Like it's map that we are comfortable on, and we had good prep. So like to me at least, like nothing extraordinary. Like we knew what was going to happen. We had counters to what they were going to do, and we were just decently in shape. I would say we had a decent shape today. So obviously, like if you combine that with like the prep and the tactics and the strategies, like you're gonna have a good game, right? And you can like take these kind of maps of even the best teams in the world. So yeah, again, like to me, nothing surprising in a sense. But yeah, unfortunately, we couldn't close the distance.
Want to know a little bit about your comp switch in light of the state of the game that is it is right now. Now, table's not really that important as before, so obviously that kind of plays into why you guys opted for a different composition strategy in that map. But what gives you the edge, you know, when it comes to putting in Jet for Yoru, and then you know Teo for Tejo, and also you know Sova getting back into that mix?
Um, I would say it's pretty easy when you have players like Shao and Angel that have been playing the map and that comp for like years. Much more easier than like a team that just got into the map or like are not like do not have strong fundamentals on map, but they do. So like it's pretty easy to like slot in a regular comp like this one, and it comes from what I wanted to have after we made the roster swap to simplify things overall. So again, we kind of, to be honest, we kind of missed sadly the Tejo meta. We couldn't be good on it. It will remain one of the mysteries of why we couldn't, because it was like very fun and very tactical in a sense, and very OP. So we missed that. That meta, we should be fine with how it goes, because we have people on more like comfortable roles, and we decided to go, as I said, with the simplifying things around for everybody to be like more comfortable and on their, on their signature agent, for example.
We're seeing plenty of teams adopt like double agents or double roles for a given map. And, obviously we saw that happen today for your team, specifically in this map. And I kind of want to ask you about where does this current phase of the meta leave this team? Do you feel like nowadays this team is stronger than it was back then, or where else?
I don't know if the scene is stronger. It's more like we come out of a meta that was broken. So I think it's more like context-wise, the context like takes precedence to what is happening at the moment, and people are still like trying to figure out like which way they want to go. You can see I call that exec comp. Liquid can go that way, for example, on Corrode. That's what they played. PBL also tried like a version of that comp, like AV util, AV initiators type of comp. Or you can have like the Genji way, which is more, for example, on Naven, like securing map control with a double smoke, and trying to understand, like trying to manipulate rotation basically. And yeah, that's probably the two metas that are going to be like, okay, which one is the better one? I think it's going to be just simply like player comfort slash map pool. The map pool is obviously like dictates where you can go with your comp, because right now nothing is really broken, nothing is really like OP. But if you understand the game, I would maybe like give a little edge to like a double smoker comp in general, considering the map pool. But again, people can choose whatever they feel like more comfortable. But I think that's where we are heading at the moment until like something broken comes back.
In light of what you just said, now this team has, obviously a different version of themselves. Seeing the arrival of alexiiik into the squad, in for Kuala Lumpur, and having to make those changes within the roles in this current state of the season. And so, two-part question: how have you seen the team kind of adapt from end of stage one up until this current moment in time? And also, how have you viewed the integration of alexiiik into the team with, you know, quite a massive time crunch at his hands, I would say.
Yeah, it's not easy, because we came in with the swap like pretty late in the season. We finished EWC qualifiers like pretty late, and we also took some time to assess if we needed to change or not. So it also like has eaten away like some of the time that we could have used for more practice or more scouting, for example. So yeah, a lot of pressure, and that's also like, as I mentioned before during the first question, like that's why I wanted to simplify as much as we could. That's part of the process of like integrating Alex, because when you're young, like when you go from tier 2 to tier 1, that is a big jump, and you need to be told what to do on a lot of things, and the simpler it is, the easier it gets for him, because like he's smart, he's like a good kid and everything, he has a very good potential, but a full map pool with players that you've never played with an IGL that has a hell of a lot of experience compared to you, like it can be like a bit overwhelming. So again, it was trials and errors, I would say. Like we tried like a couple of different approach, and we ended up with that one. I think it's, again, today he showed like pretty good results overall. He has what it takes to like be there. Yet it's not good enough, right? Like that, no need to like double run. It's not good enough, but he has shown like very serious promises for the future. And yeah, he's not afraid and he's doing the work. But yeah, again, like against Fnatic, it's hard task to ask like a kid like him.
Nevertheless, he put up a very good showing in a few maps in this series, which goes to show, what this man can do, once this team gets more acclimated with themselves, and the potential continues to brew from then and there. One more question I want to ask before I wrap this up. On paper, well, in the team schedule, the biggest, toughest stretch is out of the way. Facing Liquid and Fnatic is now finished. Now you have, on paper, the easiest part of the schedule. Of course, quotations, because I don't want to downplay anyone
Yeah.
within the league. So, Carmine Court, Koi, last two opponents of this regular season. How crucial do you feel it is for this team to make it work and make it happen and get those results that you guys are looking for?
Well, this is where it gets like the most dangerous in a way because you play just like two top dogs. I will call them that way, right? Fnatic and Liquid, they were always like predicted to be like one and second. And this is where it gets tough because you just come out of a match where you almost did it against Fnatic, and then you have to go to like KC and then Koi. It can get really dangerous if you think that you've done enough, and that is gonna be something that I will really harp on during like the debrief when we have that is that like it was close, but we didn't get it. Then we still have to like work harder. Like we did work hard coming into that Fnatic game. We don't take days off for that week. Like we did work really hard. It's just we have to keep doing so because KC and even Koi, to be honest, to some extent, like it's gonna be the end of the group stage for them. Like you never know what can happen to this team, even if they play like not the greatest Valorant that you can see. Like it's always very dangerous. And with KC, we don't even have like a great track record. We just it's like 1-1 or something like that, 2-1, or it's close to that average. But yeah, the KC game is going to be very important, and not letting things go against Koi. Like I really want to have like a good seed going into like playoff. It's going to be everything for us if we want to make champs. So yeah, it's going to be pretty rough actually.
Well, even so, despite all of this, hopefully you guys can make that momentum and turn it around for your favor and continue the good stuff for the rest of the season. So happy! Thank you so much for the opportunity, for the interview, for
Thank
the
you.
answers, and best of luck goes to yourself and the rest of the team for the road ahead.
Thank you.